Tell me a story. Tell me a story.
Tell me a story.
Slovenly Betsy. BYDR, Henry Hoffman, with numerous illustrations. In color from the original designs by Walter Hayne, Applewood Books, Bedford, Massachusetts. This edition of Slovenly Betsy was originally published in 1911. Betsy would never wash herself. When from her bed she rose. But just as quickly as she could, she hurried on her clothes. To keep her clothes all nice and clean, Miss Betsy took no pains in holes her stockings always were. Her dresses filled with stains. Sometimes she went day after day and never combed her hair, while little feathers from her bed stuck on it here and there. The schoolboys, when they Betsy saw, would point her out and cry, "Oh, Betsy, what a sight you are! Oh, slovenly Betsy, fie!" One rainy day her parents went, some pleasant friends to meet. They took Betsy along with them, all dressed so clean and neat. Nice little boys and girls were there, with whom our Betsy played, until of playing she grew tired, and to the garden strayed. Out in the rain she danced a while, but 'twas not long before. Flat down she tumbled in the mud, and her best clothes she tore. Oh, what a sight she was, indeed, when in the room she came. The guests all loudly laughed at her, and she almost died with shame. She turned, and to her home she ran, and then, as here you see, she washed her clothes, and since has been as neat as she could be. Phoebe Ann, the proud girl? This Phoebe Ann was a very proud girl. Her nose had always an upward curl. She thought herself better than all others beside, and beat even the peacock himself in pride. She thought the earth was so dirty and brown, that never, by chance, would she look down. And she held up her head in the air so high, that her neck began stretching by and by. It stretched, and it grew so long, that her parents thought something must be wrong. It stretched, and they soon began to look up with fear at their Phoebe Ann. They prayed her to stop her upward gaze, but Phoebe kept on in her old proud ways, until her neck had grown so long and spare, that her head was more than her neck could bear. And it bent to the ground like a willow tree, and brought down the head of this proud Phoebe, until whenever she went out a walk to take, the boys would shout, "Here comes a snake!" Her head got to be so heavy to drag up, that she had to put it on a little wagon. So don't, my friends, hold your head to high, or your neck may stretch, too, by and by. The cry baby. Oh, why are you always so bitterly crying? You surely will make yourself blind. What reason on earth for such sobbing and sighing, I pray, can you possibly find? There is no real sorrow, there's nothing distressing, to make you thus grieve and lament. Ah, no? You are just at this moment possessing whatever should make you content. Now do, my dear daughter, give over this weeping. Such was a kind mother's advice, but all was in vain. For you see she's still keeping her handkerchief up to her eyes, but now she removes it, and oh, she discloses a countenance full of dismay. For she certainly feels, or at least she supposes, her eyesight is going away. She is not mistaken. Her sight is departing. She knows it and sorrows the more, then rubs her sore eyes to relieve them from smarting, and makes them still worse than before. And now the poor creature is cautiously crawling and feeling her way all around. And now from their sockets her eyeballs are falling. See, there they are down on the ground. My children, from such an example take warning, and happily live while you may. And say to yourselves when you rise in the morning, I'll try to be cheerful today. If you like the video, please like and share the video and subscribe to watch more fascinating videos. Thanks for watching.